Hi, I'm John with Roundabout Woodworks, and I'm supposing that I have candlesticks on the brain. After my last video, I drew a bunch of patterns, made a few more sticks, and decided this time, in this video, to make a candlestick holder for a pillar type holder, one of the big 3-inch candles. I think they're probably safer than a tapered candle holder because, I don't know, maybe they're not. But it seems like they would be. They're also a little bit easier to make. You don't have, the drilling is not so, doesn't have to be so precise. And you can kind of make them however you want. You can use a large block of wood, you know, a little bit bigger than this if you like. I'm going to use 3 pieces of wood. I'm actually going to use 1 piece of wood sawed into 3 pieces. And my last video was kind of long. I'm going to try and cut this one down and still show from start to finish. But somebody suggested that I make 2 versions of my videos. A short, edited, short version, just to get the feel for the project, and a long version that shows everything from start to finish. And I think I might try doing that. I'm not sure exactly how long this video is unedited. I shot all the video doing the candlestick yesterday, and the day before, so the time was spread apart. I don't know how much time is on video. So that being said, enjoy the video. Alright, so these are the parts of the pillar candle holder. It's going to hold a 3-inch pillar type candle. So I've got a piece of wood here, and I've just sliced it off. This side's smooth, this side is not, but it's also not the same thickness all the way through. It's thicker on this end than it is on that end. But I want the maximum thickness of the board. So what do you do how do you fix this in place? Well, I'm going to use a glue block, which is going to give me a place to hold it across here. I've marked the center, and that's the true center. The X is close, but wasn't exact. That's because when you use one of these center finders, it doesn't mark the exact center. It marks slightly off, so it leaves you a tiny little square in the middle that you can drill through or punch or whatever. So because this piece isn't square, I couldn't do that, so it only gave me 2 lines. So I took my scribe. I have a compass scribe, or compass. It's sharp on both ends, no pencil, so it scratches. And I made a circle, which you probably can't see. And that little mark right there, that's the center. So what I'm going to do is I'll fight with my glue ball for just a little bit. I can get that open. Probably should have done this off camera. Okay, that took longer than I thought it would. take a lot of glue. Don't get any in your beard. I got glue all around. That should hold pretty well. I don't need to clamp it. You can clamp it if you want. You see I clamped one. It's because it was moving around real easy. This one I managed to get the, I guess what they call a rub joint. It sticks. So it won't come loose, and it's, you know, very lightweight blank. So that's a glue block. And after the glue dries, I will come back and show you what we do next. Okay, glue is dried. This one, which was the most important since that's the top, when I clamped it, I shifted the glue block and I could not push it back. This one, which I did not clamp, is just as solid. We're going to start with this one. This one's going to be the cup. And I'm going to use a chuck. But like I say in all my videos, you don't need a chuck to do this. If you only have a face plate, you can take your face plate and you glue your block to it just like that and mount it on your face. So you got two glue blocks basically. And I'm somewhat tempted to try that, or not try that, I'm somewhat tempted to do that on video just so you can see that it works. But I like using chucks, and so I'm going to use a chuck, and you'll just have to take my word for it that the glue block works. You know, I went to all this trouble to get this camera angle, and I'm not sure it's going to work out. Not for this. I'm going to change the camera angle. Alright, you can see how chewed up the face of this is. What I'm going to do is smooth it out, turn a diameter, a recess for the candle, and while I'm thinking about it, I have two 3-inch candles. They're both marked 3 inches. Neither one of them is 3 inches. This one is 2 7/8, and this one is 2 15/16. So, because these are the candles that I have, this is the recess that I'm going to turn. I'm going to do a 3-inch recess. For no other reason than to accommodate a candle that may actually be 3 inches in diameter. I'm just going to use a bowl gouge for this. in with a skew, half-inch skew. Just checking for flat. And that's as good as I can do for like that. All right. Past that, so I have to go deeper. See this marking here? This is a design change opportunity. You're not going to be able to see me turn the outside. I'm going to do a bead and then a swoop. You'll see the end result. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, the top is done. Now we're going to do the bottom of the top. Bottom of the top. Same bowl gouge. Could, using my thin tool, part off this glue block, but I make them myself, so I'm just going to cut it off. Alright, get a little bit better angle. Glue block is mostly gone, not all gone. heavy cuts because I don't usually make heavy cuts. Light cut, I'm trying to get, you'll see. See, my philosophy of light cuts is that I can stop anytime I want. I don't have to take the very next and refine the surface that's there, which I do need to refine this part of the surface, but from here up, it's a pretty good looking, not perfect, but nothing usually is. That's still some, I'll get it. That's our cup, the top of the. All right. Set that aside. Next thing I want to do the base. You can do the same. Do the base the same way. If you don't have a chuck, use a glue block. Just stick it on there. And this is the one that I didn't clamp. So you'll see how strong the joint is when we do the base. And I'm going to do the base exactly the same way. So I'm thinking I probably won't show this part to you. I'm just turning my standard profile for a candlestick base because I don't know why. I'm just doing it that way. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. That is a void. Goes all the way across here. There's a crack. So I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to dribble some thin CA. And you don't want to see if you touch the coffee. Let's see. You'll get coffee on the tip of your thing. So. And then I actually let it sit for an hour. So I will be back. Alright, I have already roughed this to round. I actually did that a few days ago, but it's the same piece of wood that the base and the top were turned from. So I've already lined it up. This is the center. I mean, I've already rounded it. This is the center. This line that I've cut here, the V cuts, that's going to be the outer dimensions of a bead. This is going to be the transition from the bead to a cove, which is going to be here. This is going to be the tenon, which fits in the top or the bottom. And this will be the tenon, which fits in the top or the bottom. I kind of have in my mind a bead with two coves. As always, I reserve the right to change the design at any point, but this is my idea at this point. So. I guess that's just a really hard spot on the wood, but I can hear it like clicking. The diameter of my what? Coffee again. Actually, I only needed it right there. Alright, I'm gonna wait for that to cure. Alright, it's been 10 minutes, I'm gonna chance it. This wood really irritates the inside of my nose and my throat when I sand it, so I need to set up some dust collection. And because I've changed everything around for the camera mount, this is going to take me a while. Anyway, I'll be back. There you have it. Oops. So that's it. I will put some pictures of the finished candlestick at the end of the video, and I will also post some pictures on Facebook and Google+. It's probably a little easier to see them on Google Plus and Facebook than on the video, but you know, I feel like I ought to. I want to say thanks again to all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, it's easier for you to find my videos if you're a subscriber. And you know, if you like what you saw today, maybe you'll want to see some of my other videos. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. See me in the next video.